Innovative.
Innovative comedy.
Yeah, I'm Cool Ass Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet, and today I'm here with the homies, and we want to talk some shit and laugh.
Hey.
Hello.
Sir, with that being said, make sure you tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture. Who I got in the building with me today?
What's up? It's your boy Tony Grams here today, chilling, innovative comedy. Got a good one today. Check it out. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. And we about to get trippy.
Real trippy. I'm Clarissa. Happy to be a guest here today.
Hey.
You can find me. I'm going live right now. Tall BLK girl. Hit me up.
That's right. That's right. So what's up with y'all? How everybody feeling?
We good. We in here. It's a good day.
Yeah.
It's a gloomy day. We tripping.
Almost
Said,
there.
I'm looking for them. Well, wait, what movie is that where the nigga say? He goes, oh, How High? When the school officer, you ever when like Meth and Red and walking, he was like, yeah, I'm looking for the weed, the ecstasy, the shrooms. It's like, nigga, we looking for that shit too, nigga.
Yeah.
Where's No, but it's a good one. We in there having a good one. How's everybody? How y'all doing? It's been a good week so far.
So far, man. So far, been getting a lot of work done.
Business as usual.
Definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah.
How
I've
about
been
you?
enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Have my days off now. This is my day off. I'm working still on my day off.
Definitely. So how's that working out? Like working on your day off?
I don't know. Like, it's like something you got to do. It's like I can't make any excuses. Like, you have your full-time day job, and then you got comedy. And it's like, if you want to get ahead, it's like, just like you can't call into your regular job, you can't call into comedy.
That's real shit.
So
That's real shit.
we outside.
People do it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't make it.
You know, like people do it for sure. Like you get
Yeah.
booked for something and then they call in sick or, you know, whatever it is. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's just like any other job. It's like if you really want your paycheck, you really want to earn what's going to come with it, you're going to show up for the job.
And yours. But
Comedy is one of those jobs where you get paid in the long run. Like,
Yeah.
Unless
Even if you're getting paid a little
Yeah,
there,
but
you
you
still
know,
getting the payoff is
that
more
big payoff.
shows and
Yeah.
more people. It's exposure. People seeing you. You can say, hey, I performed here, there. I was on this stage. Or, I was on the show with this nigga and that nigga and this one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That is kind of the payoff. It's other than the cash or the. It's like it'll help gradually kind of grow.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What else you got, Tony? What's up in the world of comedy right now? What's going on?
Shit, just chilling, getting ready, more shows, putting some shit together, and we just came off of our the Innovative Comedy 100th episode special, so that shit was hilarious. Clarissa killed it. Everybody got off. That's when it's like I don't like say shit because I'm the host or I'll like book the show, but that's a show I feel like every single person, including myself, not just gassing it up, but like as a host. Even watching it, I was laughing like I wasn't telling them damn jokes myself.
Everybody
I was watching
so
it like
solid.
everybody was 100% like on their shit. It was a good show. Everybody got them hard laughs. Everybody had their own kind of joke that hit the audience a certain way that was funny, and it was a good ass show. So that's the one, you know, coming off of that, it's got you energized for the rest of the upcoming shits, and shit, you know, shits is cracking.
Shits is cracking.
Shits is cracking. I'm gonna get that on a t-shirt. Shits is cracking.
Yeah, everybody was so solid.
What did you think? Like what was your honest opinion of the overall night? How did you
Like, I feel like it was just complete, like, just legit, like how y'all did it. And it was just like, how many was it of y'all like operating like staff, like crew?
Shit, probably what, 3?
Like 3 people. That's crazy. Cause I saw
him, Juice, and Punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw a bit of the edits already. I'm just like, 3 people did that shit. Like, it's pretty amazing.
And yet some motherfuckers that had you waiting 7 months for some shit, and it was a 30-person crew and staff, and you like, nigga, what the fuck? I'm still.
Well, us here at Innovative Culture, you know, we like to get shit done. So
Ingenuity.
That's how we work.
You have to say ingenuity.
It was a good night. It's like, you know, you do some shows and you're like, I'm never gonna do this shit again.
Man. Spotlight Sunday. That's like for real though. I'll be like, Fuck
I
this
think
shit.
everybody's had an experience with it.
Everybody.
Like, but your time is your time. Every time.
And then, but sometimes I just feel like certain people don't deserve my time, and they definitely don't. And I understand it because, and I'll be looking at the homies or the people I know that do that shit, and I don't get mad at them, but it's like, don't let this nigga. This nigga's making money off you, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's the. It would be okay. I'll fuck with it. I'll just go there and shoot some jokes, work some shit out.
Yeah.
But it's the fact, nigga, you making bread.
Yeah.
And you trying to charge other motherfuckers that are coming here to do comedy or just to watch, or people I'm bringing that's gonna buy drinks, food, whatever. But they still got it's just a sticky situation with that shit.
Because a lot of comics are at a point where it's like it's time to really get paid for this. Because it's like we've been there for a minute. I mean, I know motherfuckers been in like 10, 15 years and still waiting for their big break. But it's a different time right now where you can go viral.
You just make your own break now.
Yeah.
You don't wait. Like I feel music did that shit first. Where it used to be, oh, all right, you have to wait for a DJ to break your album. A DJ like Clue, Flex, K-Slay, whoever the fuck to be like, yo, this the new shit. That nigga, he can't be making noise in Brooklyn. He's straight out the Bronx. And you be like, who the fuck is this nigga? And the song come on and it's slapping.
Yes.
That's a big boy out there, the Baker boy. Yeah, this that new Power 106 exclusive. And it be some West Coast shit. That was the way artists were broke.
We got a shout out to the Goodfellas.
Oh yeah,
man,
so you did.
We
You
just
hit up
had
the
Romeo
Goodfellas
in here, man. Shout out to him.
Even then, but that's how they. It was Julio G. All these dudes, they broke artists. A lot of dudes that are legendary now, we'd have never fucking heard of these niggas if Julio G didn't shout them out. The Goodfellas, the Baker Boys, Big Boy, High C, or what's her name, C minus, and all these motherfuckers. Like it's almost like that happened with comedy, where that era of music stopped, and you had, okay, now I can just do a song on my phone. I can do this shit, and I can, it's cool. I can get famous literally sitting in my living room.
Yeah.
And just I'll record it on my phone, I'll edit it on my phone, I'll post it from my phone. Yeah. And now I'm going viral in 48 hours, 72 hours, I'm famous. Yeah. And now I'm sitting on somebody's podcast by the next Monday, and I did all this shit from a phone. Opposed to there's no agents. There are, but you don't need that shit.
Yeah.
And with comedy, I feel it's the same thing now. It's, you viral from TikTok, you viral from YouTube, you viral from whatever the fuck you did, a stand-up clip, not even a set. 40 seconds from a 15-minute set can get you famous now.
Yeah.
40 seconds from a 20-minute, a 10-minute set, and motherfuckers will be talking about you off that, and you've been working probably 12 years in comedy. Yeah. And a 40-second clip on IG gets you 133,000 views or some shit.
Yeah,
so
that's how it is.
It's just a different era.
I'm with it. We here for it.
So, I mean, like, what are some of the differences that, like, y'all can see now, like, from when y'all first started with comedy? Like, for you, Clarissa, like, when you first started, what was the game like, and how is it different now?
The game was still like it was kind of back, like before me. Like you just get stage time, just get on stage, and that's what it is. Try not to look at your notebook and get on stage, and that was it. And now it is, where's your clip?
Right.
That's all it is. You want to get on this podcast? Where's your clip? You want to get on a show? Where's your clip? So it's all about these 30-second clips.
Real shit.
So it's pretty much what you have to be on. You have to get with the times, really, because it's there. We know it's not impossible. Motherfuckers getting 1.3 million views on a 45-second clip. Like,
yep, exactly. That's really how it's happening nowadays.
Yeah.
It's just like, I feel like what you said, that's real shit about like motherfuckers like, put your book down, put your phone down. Like I heard a veteran comic said that to me in a room full of comics at the open mic spot once. And she was up there and she was like giving, I guess it was like feedback, and she was just like, yeah, like people came to see you do stand up. They didn't come to see you practice or read out of your shit. And I felt like it happens so much now to where it feels normal, but I notice when I see it. And it'll be like 1 to 2 comics out of, say, if you got a show with 6, 8 comics, you'll see at least one comic like with their book or like their phone, like, and they put it down and they be like, yeah. So, and then I look at it like sometimes you got to take if you couldn't remember what you was trying, you better that's the whole point of your talent. That's not what you wrote.
I feel like if I'm all out and it's night where I'm out practicing and I want to do new shit, then I'll go ahead and dig in my phone for it, because it's no other time like other than practicing it in the mirror at home But when you got a live crowd, you want to get that new shit out, because how you gonna know?
Yeah, at all.
So that, like, I be trying not to pull out my phone, but it's only until it's like, okay, I didn't empty the clip.
Because I feel like a mic is different, but it feels like if they're saying like, okay, the open mic is like the gym and doing the show is like the game.
Yeah.
So I feel like am I cheating in the gym if I pull out like the water bottle mid, you take what is it, an enhancer?
Yeah.
You take it some shit to get your protein up and you running on the treadmill, but you ain't gonna be able to take that during the game.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like you should get in the mode of, not you, I'm just saying people should get in the mode of like, I don't need this shit. But it is sometimes, I eat it up sometimes. I'll be like, fuck. Like, I'll get off stage like, fuck, I forgot man, that shit would have killed her. That would have went first.
No,
like I said, the shit with the dance joke, and I forgot the vein.
Yeah.
One of the dances was like,
shampoo.
and that was the main dance out of all the dances of the kind of that punchline.
But you know what? You gonna remember to do it next time.
Exactly, because it's
and
like,
that's when I get out of it. It's like, okay, I did forget.
And the
next
joke
time
hits
I know it's
harder.
gonna hit. Yeah.
You know, because you already practiced it once and you saw
Yeah.
the good reaction, and you like, man, when I add this,
Yeah.
nigga, I put this Old Bay on it, nigga. This motherfucker about to be saucy. Like, but yeah, it was a cool show. But I feel like I need to definitely like go back out and do some mics. I still do shows, but I haven't done a mic in a while.
I'll be out here looking for mics like a bass head. Like, I'd be
Got
out.
any stage time?
You got exactly.
6 minutes? 6 minutes? All right, 5. I'm work with me. Work with me. Was this?
I'm looking.
It was what was I about to say? I don't. It was damn. I kind of forgot where I was going, but I just the mics. A lot of them. I don't know. I feel like there's people working on their craft to be better, and then there's people there that just. I feel there's 3 types of people. My opinion, strictly, these don't reflect any other comedians. I feel there's 3 types of people at open mics. There's the people that are really there to practice to get better, that are getting ready for their shows. They just having something to do for the night.
Yeah.
I'm out. I see the homies. We smoking, we drinking, we talking, we shooting the shit. That's fun. We working though, but it's still fun work. Then there's the people that are like, I'm at this mic, take pictures. So it looks like I'm this fucking Hollywood gargantuan that's like, I'm just hitting every stage. Like, nigga, this was a free mic.
Yeah.
You got 3 minutes. And you up here taking pictures, like pointing like you do in a fucking arena.
It's annoying.
But
It's
a lot of
those
people have never even touched that stage, right? And it's the same thing with like music and all that shit, right? If somebody get to an event space or something like that for the first time, and it's something that's known and it's something that like has put people on, it's like they gonna exploit the fuck out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you can't really be mad at that because it's like this may be their first and maybe one and only opportunity ever there.
That's true.
You know?
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not really mad at them. It's the third type of person that I kind of look at. It's the motherfuckers that go to open mics to poach and steal, rip off premises, steal jokes, steal ideas, and it's clear that they're sitting there and they're writing. Like, nigga, why you going 14th? Like, you went 14th, so you could just get everybody's shit.
But nowadays, it's like you could just turn on your phone and get the voice memo and,
and just sit there
and record the whole set.
And that's what Carlos Mencia got called out for. He was doing that. He was like with a pen and a pad at a point before it was smartphones.
Yeah.
We
didn't have the technology we have
but
today.
Joe Rogan called him out on that shit and went on stage. I was like, nigga, like, I've seen you sitting in the back, like, with your phone. Yeah. And he even said it on a podcast before. He was like, yeah, I'll steal your shit. I'll make that shit mine. Like, he has a famous interview where he admits it. He was like, yeah, I'll take that shit and make it mine. Yeah. And then he talks about bumping people. Like, so what? Oh, your family is your first time at the Comedy Store? Oh, your grandma and your uncles and aunts came to see you and you got a new fucking suit? Yeah, I'm going to do 32 minutes. He said that shit. Like, I don't give a... And I kind of felt him on that because that's what the bigger motherfuckers do to us.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck that you there, that it might be your second time. All right, now I got a full room at the Comedy Store. I'm about to kill this shit. Yeah. And they gonna be like, man, nigga, I'm about to do 44 minutes, nigga.
There's nothing worse than a comic stealing your joke and then not even doing it right.
And, oh my God. I've had that happen where niggas try to take it and they see me and I'm like, I do like the Simpson face, like where the eyes, like, you motherfucker. And then they look right at me and they go, they know they can't get the joke off because I'm there, 1. Yeah. But 2, they have to kind of toy with it. Yeah. And they be like, right, Tony? Like Tony be saying about the red flags.
No, it's
like
too
they'll
late,
they'll shout me out,
too late.
but try to like use the shit. And I'm like, Like, come on, nigga. That's a little, like, get your own trauma, nigga. Use your own trauma. Like, what you trying to tap into my pain, nigga? Like, let me get a bar of that. Like,
It's crazy. It's
So
like,
you didn't live this.
you didn't go through this, nigga. But I felt, but that's why I look at Mike. So I felt it's the us's and that love it, and we're there for a reason. And we got the homies there, and we connecting, and then it's the people that and I felt like I said, I'm not even mad at that, but they're like, they feel I'm here, like I'm on a stage, I'm on Spotlight Sunday, I'm like you got another level to hit, bro. Just take
I'm
a look.
like, there's so much more work to
Exactly, and even for me, it's always more work to do. Period.
Yeah.
No matter what field you in, you can always be better. You could be the best and still be better. So that's why I look at it. But just that other reason, last reason is the main reason I kind of stay away from certain mics, because I was like, nigga, you just here poaching. Like,
I just be looking for quality time. It's like I try not to make excuses. You know, you got the traffic, you got parking, and I don't even mind paying for the time.
Fuck around and get a ticket.
Like, yeah,
I done got a ticket before at a mic. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
this is 8 mics.
I just paid $53 for 8 minutes.
That niggas was talking through and standing outside smoking. Hey, I didn't even get to work this shit on nobody.
This
Like,
is tough.
niggas was outside doing hard drugs and shit. Nigga, you could roll your blunt in front of me while you outside. Nigga tying off his arm and shit. Like yeah, that's hilarious.
Wow.
Like, for real though, it's mics like that. I don't even think they exist no
So
more.
do they do that to charge up? They feel like it's gonna make them funnier or something, or
So
what?
I think it's trauma. Some motherfuckers really are in pain and been going through shit, and that is why comedy helps, when you get to talk about shit, make fun of shit.
Yeah.
But some people are in way more. You need more therapy than just doing comedy, bro. Like,
Yeah, you need
to
actual
talk to
help.
somebody.
Yeah.
You need to maybe go sit somewhere for 60 days.
Yeah, maybe people laughing at your trauma isn't the best thing for you. You know, if you still gotta go do them hard drugs.
That's funny though. That's why that's funny. Like, niggas up there, I was beaten brutally.
And then people start laughing, and it's like, how they gonna feel after somebody laugh at them? It's like, maybe this.
But your story is supposed to be like
Like, supposed to be funny still.
So
I'm
we
okay
expecting
with
to laugh.
it. I'm
Like,
okay with it if it's funny, but some people be going up there and they just really be telling us they trauma, and it's like, so I have no problem trauma bonding, like,
Right.
at all. Like, that's fine.
But when it gets weird,
But yeah, like, we didn't need to know this, and it's not funny. Like, we.
I stopped going to Mike on Melrose about, like, I think it was before it closed around 2021. But I stopped fucking with that shit because it got weird, and the host like went up and did a set, and it wasn't even a set. He was just talking about his escapades after the mic, when all the comics leave and all the freaks show up, and he uses the same room that we sitting in as pretty much like an orgy room.
Oh, wow.
And he was talking
The
about
casting couch.
and then, but it was, and then he kind of comes out as he's talking, and his girlfriend sitting in the crowd, and he starts talking about he was dealing with a dude after the show. He had a dude come back, and then they was in the alley, and they came around, and then they didn't use a rubber, and he had to get an AIDS test the 2 days later. And this is an open mic, and this nigga's the host.
Yes.
And so it, like, you could see the energy go from the room. Like, even I think Stink was even there that night, and you could see the energy. Like, niggas was like, what?
Too much.
And it was, and like, everybody's looking at his girl, like, and she's just like, like, trying to keep us. Like, bro, this nigga's talking about some wild shit. Like, we thought, and there was no funny to it.
Yeah.
There's a difference if it makes a point. It's a reason. You just kind of
But
came
those
with
people, those people just aren't comics. I know that they're trying,
True.
but you know, it's just not going to happen. It's like, it's like a new clip going around. This guy it's a white guy, and he's going around to different mics and stuff. And he was throwing out nigga with the hard ER to really get it.
to try to go viral.
Yeah,
Or
I don't know what
he want to
he's
get
doing.
socked out on camera.
Yeah.
That's so goofy. Like, I feel like niggas like that shouldn't even be posted. Because it's not even because, I'm offended by the
Yeah,
ER.
no.
It's like, fuck, you're a clown, bro, and not in a good way.
Exactly.
You're a jackass.
Like, that's
that's
a
just like,
real clown.
can I hit that one time? Just once. My other one's right there.
Oh, okay. You ain't passed out with this one.
I kept lighting it and moving.
He like, but I gave you that blunt.
Old lady. No, he's like,
I'm like, you got 2 of them over there. I see.
Yeah, like, you know, I just warmed it up for us. Like, it's kind of like it's both ours. I'm just keeping it in my ashtray. Like, I didn't even know you wanted to hit it, homie.
Like, I got my Virginia Slim blunt.
Hey, she always got the Virginia Slims. They a little fatter though than I remember. They was before. I remember you had one. I was like, this is a goddamn straw.
People actually started complaining directly to me.
This is a coffee stir.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's a new one. Yeah, I got a few complaints.
You rolled a couple that night though, so it wasn't like that was all of them. You rolled some fat ones, but you did roll a coffee stir one. So I was like, oh goddamn! I'm just smoking. I'm smoking essence.
I received several complaints, and I tried to change my ways. So give me some credit.
Several complaints. They went to the suggestion box. They went to HR. It was like, these blunts aren't fat enough.
They're like, I understand if you're by yourself. These are good solo blunts. They're trying to like lay it on me easily. Like, I'm like, you know what?
I had that issue too because I was so used to smoking alone that I would roll really like kind of slim blunts, and then I'd be around niggas and be like, the fuck is this? I'd be like, oh my bad. You know, I'm just I'm gonna roll another one. It'd be like you try to look, niggas is handing you like hot Cheeto blunts, motherfucker like a big fresh hot Cheeto.
Mine are on a diet. They gonna be on the diet.
Slim fast. They ain't on the Atkins. That's slim fast. They looking right. See, I was just watching Comedy Hype. They was talking about what is it? Tyler Perry bought BET.
I saw that.
And VH1. Yeah, because it's all Viacom. So it's all he pretty much bought Viacom.
He bought the black side of Viacom.
Yes. And what VH1 used to be the white side.
It was from MTV. It was like branched off from MTV.
What?
VH1.
Yeah, back in the I remember VH1 felt like I was in the Gap. And when I turned my TV, I felt like I was in a white store. And they would play cool shit, Pearl Jam, REM, Sting. They play the shit.
While MTV started moving towards like the newer,
the
teenagers and things like that. When they got to like the boy band era, like that's where they really started pushing VH1 as the older stuff.
Like and you grew out of that age.
The movies, like the music movies, the
and that even came later. That came much later.
But like they always played Jackson's
They had pop-up video.
Dream.
They had pop-up video. That was what they were known for. Where they play old music videos and let people. That was the early stages of the internet.
Pop-up video.
Yeah, that was the early stages of chat rooms and online shit.
No,
and they would let
remember
niggas.
The box?
Yeah,
I remember the box.
I didn't have a box though because I lived too north on Crenshaw. You had to be, I believe, below Jefferson if you stayed on Crenshaw.
Yeah.
You had to be. I was on Pico in Crenshaw, so you had to be like Jefferson Exposition to get the box.
Yeah.
Because all the homies had the box. I got the box. What does GTD stand for, Tommy? GTB. I got the box. Oh, got the box, dog. But yeah, I saw all the homies would be at school. Nigga, you see the new Bone Thugs? You see the new... I was like, I ain't see none of that shit because I didn't have the box. I'm looking at Planet Groove with Rachel.
Whatever they was pushing on there.
Caribbean Rhythms with Rachel. She hosted Planet Groove and Caribbean Rhythms. Like they was like, she too pretty to just put on one show. We got to have her we got to spread her across BET.
Yeah. That's cool, I think, about Tyler Perry, how you go from... He pretty much went from being homeless to...
Yeah.
Did you know that... Princess, what is it? Harry and Meghan.
Oh yeah, he let them stay in their house.
Yeah, it's
this nigga hosting royalty.
This nigga went from sleeping in his car to having
hosting royals.
Yeah.
At what point did he come up with the Medea character? So that's what I want to know.
They said he had already had I guess he was creating all these plays and these characters, and he had went homeless, I guess, during that time.
Yeah.
And he had started putting on plays.
He was trying to push his dream.
And so he would be at where all most black playwrights go, the Wilshire Ebell Theater, and like they're off of like Crenshaw and Wilshire. Mm-hmm. Right when you turn on the Wilshire, it's like, because Crenshaw ends on Wilshire or starts. So like right where it ends, it's like a theater that's been there forever. And if you ever listen to LA radio, you would always hear that this Sunday, the Wilshire Ebell Theater. You always hear that every black play was years before I even heard of Tyler Perry was the Wilshire Ebell. So he would always put his shit on there at these other spots. And I remember even people saying when his shit was still on the DVDs, when his shit was still on DVDs, I can remember people like black women like, oh yeah, this guy, he would walk through. They said he would be in like, I'm sure he would at other spots, but he would frequent the Fox Hills Mall and like kind of just get his content out there, get his like tickets. Like, hey, come through. Hey, we doing these plays. And they said that's how a lot of people, especially black people, he connected by actually hitting the Fox Hill. Like, even while he was homeless, he would just go out there with his shit and boom, 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 boom. That's internet was around, but it wasn't what it is. So he didn't have the option of getting on maybe MySpace or Facebook. So... But it worked for him to go for, even if we don't like the content or, we might have our own opinions of it or it's this or it's that. But the nigga hustle to where he bought a plantation. This nigga bought a plantation in Georgia. Nigga.
But he made his shit into a movie studio.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's what I still call it, a plantation, because he got niggas working on it. Get it? It's a joke. Niggas, I'm an asshole. I'm a troll. So I was like, that nigga bought a city, but
so he's supposed to have white people working on it?
It would still be a plantation. Either way, he bought a city to put niggas to work. He's not
supposed to have nobody working on it.
No, he could have it, but I'm gonna call it a plantation because of the content he creates. It's kind of like
he's making movies.
No, but what kind of movies?
Man, they shot Black Lightning at his studio, the series. They do a lot of shit out of there. It's a lot of different. It's not just
I
his
never
movies.
finished it.
Yeah. He like listed that
like
out.
I said, I'm not hating on the hustle, but I just don't. A lot of the content I don't fuck with. So when I'm
not a fan of the Medea movie.
Yeah. So and it's some of the shows, and I watched and I gave it a chance. It's not like I just hate this nigga out or whatever. I watched. I used to sit there and watch a show, all the Meet the Pains, all through. I watched all them maybe first 2 seasons, and watching that shit and trying to give it a chance, so I don't seem like a hater. And then when I just see the same, like, come on, my nigga, really? And this is on national television? Like, oh, my Lord. Like, come on. So it just kind of, that's why I just say it's a plantation, because what you produce in there, you growing some, what I feel like is bullshit, but you giving opportunities, niggas got jobs, niggas is getting paid. Hey, fuck it. It's a balance. I don't have to agree with what you selling, but you selling. And that's what, I'll give him his props, but I ain't the content of he the new Ernest. You remember Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Goes to Mars, Ernest Goes to Camp?
I was a fan of Ernest.
I fucked with Ernest too.
Like Ernest Scared Stupid was my favorite out of like the whole series. That was the Halloween
with
movie.
the goblins.
Yeah, the trolls.
The trolls, and they were all greasy and drippy.
He kept trying to throw milk on them and shit.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. That's funny as fuck. Ernest Scared Stupid. I forgot about that one.
That was my favorite one.
That one and Ernest Goes to Jail are the best ones.
I like the basketball one.
I just
Slam Dunk Ernest. I think
that's what it was. I don't even think I remember seeing that one.
He had a whole fucking series.
And he would do commercials. This nigga was
Cal Worthington,
he was
right?
Cal Worthington was Cal Worthington. Ernest was out here or like in Lakewood. It was one of the car lots.
It was somewhere over here.
It was one of the big like car lots, and he'd be like, "Hey man, it's Ernest here." He'd be in his Ernest shit. He did car commercials for a solid 20 years. Even when those movies were out, he was still doing those car commercials.
Yeah,
he was a hustler. I don't know if he was a comedian, a stand-up. I mean, because all he did was comedies. I think I might have seen him like in another movie once, and he had like a mustache or something. And he was like a person.
He was in the Three Ninjas movie.
Maybe that's what it was.
He was a bad guy.
I think that might have been because I remember he was a bad guy whenever I seen him. And I was like, that's Ernest.
Yeah.
Oh, what, Suburban Commando?
No. Well, maybe he was in that shit too. But it was a Three Ninjas movie.
I haven't seen Three Ninjas since the 90s. Nigga. Yeah. Surf Ninjas. Surf Ninjas was
Surf Ninjas was funny.
Surf Ninjas was like shit. Because that shit was like, it was more, I felt like Surf Ninjas was more authentic.
All right, so this is where I wanted to get to, like the nostalgic shit. Like we was talking about TV, things like that earlier, like old networks, old shows that, let's talk about some things that we missed, like that was there.
That was cracking back in the day.
It was really Lamb Chop's play along for me.
This is a song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on. No, a lot of motherfuckers don't even remember that song.
Yeah.
They be like, nigga, this was the shit.
I just remember that part you just sang. That's it. I don't remember
That's
nothing past
it.
that.
It was like some
There's a
people
lady in
started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song.
she
It's
just-
just
it
that
just
one
ended.
verse.
That's
It's just
it.
one that it just loops, and they keep singing it. And she's, how do I turn you off?
She was
would say
crazy.
that.
We were enamored with a hand puppet. Like
Fucking
that's what it
Mr.
is.
Rogers.
Now my daughter's like in an Oculus. Like,
Yeah, she's in her own, literally in another world right there. You in another dimension right in front of you, just walking, like trying to doing this and shit to, like, oh, that's crazy. That's what they are now. I mean, that's life. Everything evolves or it changes till it just resets.
yeah.
And then everybody gonna be like, man, we found electricity again. Or it's like, I feel like that's, because I feel like that's more and more as I get older, I feel like we've already we've probably been way further than this
Yeah.
in time. And then something happens and it just resets to like square one.
Yeah.
And we're like in our heads to this generation, oh, we've only done this for 1,000 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, nigga, this is reset 14.
This is just our turn.
Yeah, this is reset 63. Like it's gonna happen maybe 8,000 more times in time. So
Yeah, but shit is a lot more advanced nowadays.
Yeah.
I think that the technology is a lot different. That's why, you know, a lot of times we look at shit now from the 90s and the early 2000s and it's nostalgia. Like that's it's completely that, because the way videos was shot, music videos and shit like that, the way TV shows was filmed, it's a big difference now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you get options like Tubi to where you see like just handheld shit, you know. We was looking up Tubi requirements yesterday.
Really?
To submit a video, and that shit was ridiculous.
like, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they'll take it.
They're like, we'll take it. I'll do it. Like Hollywood Shuffle, I'll do it. You ain't
You
shit.
see a lot of the classic shit now on Tubi or like what other platform?
Pluto, Tubi, Roku channel, Plex, fucking even Prime. A lot of niggas be thinking, niggas like, I fuck with Tubi and Pluto heavy. Like, those are my regular rotations other than whatever sites I pay for. But just because you pick bullshit on the app means you pick bullshit. There's a bunch of good shit that was at theaters. They got shit that came out 2 years ago at a movie theater that was good on Tubi. So people kind of run with that. It's like, oh, I'm deleting Tubi, they shit. No, you just pick some bullshit to watch.
Yeah.
And you trying to judge the whole app when they have a lot of quality shit on their app. Pluto, and I like Pluto because it reminds me of like the old school cable channels. You literally just press it, it's the blocks of what's coming on.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's you can still go on demand and watch everything, but it still has the option of having it like regular TV, and it's its own app, so you don't have to. It's a free app that's like having old school TV again. Mm-hmm. And they have Bar Rescue Channel, I Love Lucy Channel, the Andy
Where they
Griffith
just play that shit
Yeah.
all day.
Saved by the Bell
All day.
channel.
I need
They
that.
got a fucking 227 channel. Like they have free channels and they got shit you could pay for. So I feel like Tubi gets a bad rap of shit, but Prime got a lot of bullshit on it.
Yeah.
We know people that's in a few Prime movies that are horseshit. And I just watched them to like support, like, cause I know the people, and I was like, this is bullshit. I can't finish even watching that shit.
They in the movie though.
Yeah, hey.
They in the
It's-
movie
it's-
though. They,
it's-
you know, somebody was like, I need somebody to play this role, and they probably said, all right, I'll do it. You know, and
It's all about that credit. You got to get that credit.
yeah, because let's say the movie did blow up. You never know. You always taking a
And
chance.
shit can blow up on how bad it is these days. All the time. Some shit is so bad.
Shit turns into a cult classic.
We just talked about Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yep.
And Vampire, you can see this nigga's lace front. You could see the plastic of his wig through the movie. It was just.
And I think a lot of these movies didn't do fucking big ass numbers at the box office when they first came out.
But they became-
But if
now,
they came out today, like, it'd be a completely different story.
Like Friday. Like the first Friday, they talked about that shit. I only had like maybe 300. I'll forget if it's 300 or only like 33 screens in the United States. They only had like they had less than what any movie gets.
Yeah.
And so it didn't make nothing really at the box office, but it's fucking Friday now. It's going to be the most quoted. the most memorable out of all of them.
So think how much money they made off of VHSs and DVDs after.
Because I rented it, nigga, 100 times when I was a kid. Once I seen that poster in the video, I didn't know about it. Yeah, it was back then. Well, no, you just walk to the video store and you see new posters every other week. And once you saw a Cube face and a nigga with a blue hat and a blue T-shirt and a herringbone on, you like, what the fuck is this? And they sitting on a nigga with blue chucks sitting on the porch. It was like, nigga, let's watch this. And then it turned out to be Friday, nigga. Yeah. So he didn't have to be like, I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
Nigga didn't link us in.
The elevator just came to the lobby.
No, my charger wasn't plugged in. It was about to die.
Okay. He was like, I was on my last lifeline. But I feel like that was back in the day, like guerrilla advertisement type shit, to where, just circling back to how we saying how people would go to the mall and hand out shit, or you know, it's like now it's just easy as fuck to just press a button, record yourself, and expose yourself, or either promote yourself. It's kind of a fine
What
line.
do you want to be famous for? What do you want to be known for? You know what I'm saying? Because people gonna get their 15 minutes of fame. It's gonna happen, but it's like, well, what is it gonna be for?
Because people don't care. There's no line of famous and infamous.
Yep.
It used to be you could be infamous Mobb Deep. It was like you known for some shady shit. Oh, that nigga infamous. Hey, don't fuck with her. She kind of shady. Is she? You infamous. Infamous was a bad thing, and now there's no line. You're just famous. Yeah. You can literally give head on camera, be a man or a woman doing it, and get famous. Somebody gonna interview you while you do it. How long you been doing it? You like doing it? Like, what the fuck? It's like that's gonna circulate until as long as you keep pushing.
And somebody gotta actually watch him do it to ask all them questions. That's the cold part.
Talk about journalistic integrity. Nigga, you just a freak. Nigga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you really into, bruh?
Like, ain't nobody trying to interview certain, what was the other the comedian Watts nigga that did that freak shit? Wasn't nobody like, so do you want to talk about this? Do you see what I'm saying though? Ain't nobody it's his business. That's his business. Do what you do. But it would be, I feel like you the weirder nigga trying to like, so how long have you been doing that, Mick? Yeah. Like, I mean, so are you and the person in a relationship? Like, that, why do you, like, no one wants to know these facts.
I don't want to know.
No normal motherfucker does.
I don't want to know any of them.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel now it's people that hinder and help because they want to get famous. Same thing. Yeah. The motherfucker asking those questions wants to be famous as the person that did the freak shit or the crazy act on camera to get famous. And there's no barrier anymore of just respect, morals, values, like nothing. You just go. And if you got to keep, that's the fucked up part though with this shit. You go and you have to keep going to keep meaning you got to kind of either produce good shit with your talent, or you got to keep producing bullshit and be on some fuck shit, so you keep being talked about like 6ix9ine.
Your choice.
Perfect example is 6ix9ine. This nigga can go and he just got to keep doing dumb shit every 3-4 months to keep his name alive for a pinch. You got to get beat up on camera. You got to get guns pulled on you. You got to rat to the feds. You got to get robbed. You got to get chased out of clubs.
You're constantly trying to top yourself. It's all
negative, but it's all, you're not topping yourself by in a positive way. Or look, I got a new video that looked better than the last one. Yeah. I got a bigger feature, nigga. I got a Prince vocal on my shit now. Like, I'm topping what I did 3 years. It's the easy way out. That's the best way to put it. Yeah. Niggas is taking the easy route by doing the most dumb shit and just dumb yourself down.
Sing Fifi. Nah. Sing Nicki Minaj part.
That shit is funny. I forgot about that totally until you just said it. Like, why I want to hear that damn jail nigga telling you to sing the female part of a rap song? It's got to be a nightmare for anyone. Like, for real. That shit's hilarious. That nigga telling you to sing in jail is weird. Weird here, let alone sing her part.
Nah, but they walked up on him as a group, like Fifi.
Like the niggas walked up on Chris Rock and them in CB4 when they got locked up for a minute, and the niggas walked up. Hey, y'all CB4?
And they started
and them
rapping.
Niggas was like, yeah. All right, check us out. And the niggas, yo, my name is, and nigga, that shit was hilarious. Because they was like, we about to get back the fuck out. These niggas about to end our night horribly. But no, I just feel like that's a lot of, I don't know. And then I feel everybody plays a part in it. even the watchers, the fans, the supporters, the people the commenters, like you commenting on this shit to keep it going. I had to look at myself years ago, and I stopped watching World Star, and then I stopped commenting.
Was it when they took your page? Is that when?
No, it was years before that shit. They didn't try to knock me down twice. They didn't came for me.
My nigga got his page on punishment for 90 days.
But you can. I seen a nigga drown a rat on Instagram like 2 days ago.
What?
He caught it, but he showed us that he put it in a bucket of water and held it down.
Why do you follow that page?
Because they don't post nothing. He posts like boxing and fights and shit and street fights.
So why would he?
Because it was his footage. So he usually posts shit about people not fighting or fighting and not shooting. That's what he's about.
I got questions, Tony.
And so I did too, but it was because I didn't know.
I did too.
But he answered it because it was him. When I realized it, I've never seen him. It was the first video he posted with himself in it, and it's a rat in his room, and he's like with a broom, like screaming, jumping up and down, sweating, trying to kill this motherfucker. And then he hurts it, and he's like, I heard him, and he throwing shit, and the cat come back in. The cat was scared, and then he scoop him up and put a bucket on it. And then, like, the next video, he, like, got it and it's splashing around and he put, like, a little thing on top of it to hold it underwater and he drowns it. But if he were like, oh, so you can drown, he were in the comments, so you can drown rats on IG, but I can't post a clip or something or I can't show. And I was like, that is the same shit I be saying. I can't say a nigga a sucker or you a bitch-ass nigga if you say some weird shit or do some weird shit. But you can post all kind of, motherfuckers is, like, showing butt plugs on IG now.
It's a lot going on.
Light up butt plugs.
I kind of feel
that are
I
inserted.
I follow some of these pages.
Nah,
I'm
like,
go ahead and follow.
Like what Slim said before when he was here, he was like, people be having private pages, but on the other side of that private page, it'd be like a wall full of dicks.
He's like, you got a wall, you friend requested me, and I'm like, all right, I'm a friend request you back, and I get on, you got a wall full of dicks. I don't want to see that.
It's gonna say Sling Johnson follows a wall full of dicks.
That's real shit. Like, nigga, it's art. No, it's not. Not for me. It's just fear.
And I don't want to see that shit.
What's the most random weird page you followed and was like,
or
I'm
followed
fucking
you,
out. And you were like, what the fuck? Like, blocked or I'm out of here. One or the other.
Just recently, it was like a lesbian page, and I was just like,
just lesbians?
Yeah, it's just all. I think it's literally lesbian shit. Like
lesbian shit.
Lesbian shit.
It's like a theme page though.
Call now.
I'm just like, I know I shouldn't follow.
Bunches of lesbians.
They got me.
Tall lesbians, slim lesbians.
You have to follow back.
White
follow
lesbians. Black lesbians.
And then kind of, it messes with the whole algorithm. So now IG thinks I'm a pervert. Yeah.
They're going to be like, we got some crazy lesbians for you to look at. Like, we
got bunches of
lesbians. Like, I wasn't looking none of this up, my nigga. This is just, I don't know how this. I felt we talked about that when I was like, IG was going weird. Like, last year around maybe November. Like, it was just all just thick, fat butt white women. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, my whole and I'm like, I don't follow none of these type of pages. Yeah. And it was like, yeah, they look good, they twerking, and they got like crazy natural cheeks and titties, and I'm like, why am I seeing like?
Why is this here?
Why is this like?
It's like one day they do the big push, and I'm just
like, it was about 3 weeks.
We're gonna get you to click this button because I really don't be clicking on anything on the Explore page because I know that it influences it's what you consume, so I don't really be clicking on it. One day I got that follow. Follow was over. Like now that's all that it is.
That shit was like crazy. It was the same thing. Once I kind of, because one of them I did follow because I was like, all right, this one's cool. And I'm like,
no, they
and now it's like
they flooding you with,
and they just all they doing is bouncing, drooling on themselves. Drooling on their titties, bouncing their titties, twerking their ass, spreading their ass, dropping it. Like, it's 100,000 pages of like the same type of chick doing the same thing. Yeah. And there's niggas that follow every one of them pages. Yeah. I'm like, that's weird, just to where I unfollowed the 2 or 1 I followed and was like, I'm good. I started blocking it, not interested. I'd actually go to like the option of like not interested.
The pages look so real now. Like now they're following you and then they'll ask you for their cash app. I feel like that's more annoying than you know.
I'm not about to send you
being
money.
Influence. Like, are you real?
Yeah, like here I'm gonna push my nipple up on the lens.
Next thing you know, your page getting hijacked.
Yeah.
They sending you a link. Talking about click this link.
Yeah. Oh, here's my new content. Click. Check it out. I sent it free just for you. You like, really?
Way too
and now
much
you
time
fucked.
on their hands. Way too much time.
Way too much.
Curated someone's whole life.
Bunches of time.
Bunches of time. Well, little time, a lot of time, quick time, short time, bunches of time. That shit is comedy. Yeah, let's see. I'm just going through. Yeah, we was talking earlier too about DJ Drama getting beat up, packed out, whooped on, beat half to death, took his chains in Canada. In the 6th.
In Canada.
Exactly. You thought I was going to say on Melrose or something, huh? This nigga got whooped on, chased down North Hollywood, down Lancashire. They whooped this nigga ass on Lancashire and chased him to victory.
He didn't check in with the wall.
Yeah, he didn't check. They said he didn't check in. I was like, nigga, they looking at you, a 50-year-old nigga with your hat to the side, chain sagging. They like, this nigga food. Like, this nigga he ain't out here with the right people, or he ain't out here with nobody. But it's fucked up because it's like, why be didn't do that to a nigga? But I think they said he had like issues with Drake before.
Yeah.
Little shit that they had resolved. But maybe other niggas just is like, fuck that. I want to again. I want to be famous. Because niggas, again, they ain't ski masks holding the chains. Niggas rob you and take pictures now, like, and show that they robbed, that they committed it's like it's a class photo, like robbery 23.
It's definitely going on my story.
Larceny 2023. Like class, the top of the class. Like niggas is holding your chain, smiling in ski masks. Like that shit is weird.
This nigga done robbed you for likes.
Pretty much. You got robbed for content.
Give me these likes, nigga.
For content.
Nigga, leave a comment, like and subscribe, nigga. Like, comment, and subscribe, bitch ass nigga, and he run off. You be like, make you pull out your phone, like, comment, and subscribe. Put the fire emojis, nigga. Yeah, my shit is fire. All right, nigga, thanks. Nigga, dip off. Like, what the fuck?
That's
what
where
else
we
you
are.
got, Tony?
All right, one second. I'm just all over the place like bird shit.
I'm warm.
You're warm? Yeah,
I'm
I seen that.
I'm in a snuggie right now.
Yeah, I just seen this breakup shit. They're talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner and Regina King broke up. I didn't even know they was together. That's like a low key Black Power couple though. I mean, he a little corny because he wearing leather vests and holding roses and shit, but he be wearing corduroy vests with no shirt.
I like the Clarissa and Bill Murray.
That's what. That's what we gonna talk about that, nigga. Nigga.
That was very surprising.
That's like, I mean, hey, he got the bread, he got the swag, he's a funny nigga. Funny niggas always
there's
get
nothing
girls.
a funny nigga can do. Like,
and he's like one of those not try to be funny, but the funniest one, like a Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to try, I'm just funny and I'm not trying to be funny. There's a lot of people like that are.
Bill Murray.
Yeah, and Bill Murray's like the king of that. He was the first, like, I'm really not trying, but it's like exuding hilarity.
He just come on set and they like, do you?
I just watched What About Bob on like Sunday before work. I love that movie. What About Bob is probably my favorite Bill Murray movie, but it's just so like calm and like they on vacation, but he's not acting. He is acting crazy, but he's not wilding, and to where he drives Richard Dreyfuss crazy.
Yeah.
And he's a therapist, he's a psychiatrist, and he ends up going crazy because everybody like, what's wrong? Like, this nigga cool. And he's like, he's crazy, he's a patient. And like, he's like, don't worry, you're tripping. And then like by the end of the movie, this nigga's crazy. And everybody's like with Bill Murray, like, you need to calm down, Dad. Just it's a classic, like one of them wholesome comedy, but not corny comedy. You know what I mean? You could do shit without cussing, sex, and it's like hilarious. Opposed to you just got every word or some raunchy shit or. But I felt like that's cool. He getting that milkshake. I mean, he in the yard. Like, I seen him once at a gas station. He was like on the other pump. He was on the other side of the pump, and I was like, I got out and I'm like, is that fucking Bill Murray? He's wearing like a Hawaiian shirt, some little shorts, and some flip flops. So I was like, yeah, definitely Bill Murray. And then I couldn't see the car, but he's standing there. I walk in, and I'm not looking back. I just walk in, pay for my shit, and as I'm walking back, I see him putting the nozzle. And it's like a fucking Formula One like Lamborghini.
You watched him put the nozzle in.
No, just the nozzle, just the tip. You dripping gas everywhere. But I see this nigga when I walk back, and I see it's like a Lamborghini, F1, Formula One. Fucking like that motherfucker was clean, like and he jumped in, took off down La Brea, like right there on La Brea and Pico where Lucy's is at.
Yeah.
So I was like, it makes sense because that's a lot of famous people kind of frequent that area, and it is like all right.
Pico on La Brea. Yeah, I got shot at over there before.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like, where was you coming from? Roscoe's?
Remember that spot across the street from Roscoe's? There was a club going on.
Oh, the Mixed Nuts?
Nah.
Comedy Union?
It was something, I don't know.
Echoes? Because
somebody rented it out.
So it had to be Echoes. Because Echoes is directly across the street from Roscoe's.
Man, all I remember is I was promoting at the time, and I was sitting at the bus stop right there.
Oh, yeah, don't sit at that bus stop.
With a box of flyers in my hand. And
that's the wrong bus stop to sit.
It was bullets flying.
I grew up over there. Like my uncle, I used to be on the handlebars getting rode down that exact street, and it was a movie theater right behind that bus stop. Where the bus stop you talking about, that used to, and that's always been one of my dreams to buy that movie theater. Like when I get like just straight with financial shit, I would definitely buy that theater and reopen it because there's no theaters in black neighborhoods. But it would be like, nigga, gotta have security because like shit like that could happen. But it's that whole area.
You gotta have snipers on the roof.
Niggas with Molotov cocktails waiting at the door to light them and shit, and just to create a barrier, have a moat.
Everything.
You gotta have a moat. But that area, that's Echoes you talking about. That was across the street, and they would do like open mic shows, rent it out. I think they did Rick Ross's the real Rick Ross. Freeway Rick did his release for his weed there. At that same spot. So, and then next to it, it's like across the street, it's a furniture spot, or not a furniture. It's the old movie theater. Next to the old movie theater, it used to be Mixed Nuts that became the Comedy Union.
Well, the movie theater. Let's go back to the movie theater.
Yeah,
because I know you was talking about the movie theater. So what about the movie theater again?
That shit was just it's just in my childhood. That was just a staple. But I've always wanted to because it's still there. They rent it out for the Pan African Film Festival whenever they do that, because I guess they use the magic to show the films, and then the after shit is usually at that theater. It's called the Del Mar, the name of the theater. It's right there on Orange Drive in Pico.
So if you bought it, what would you change the name to?
I probably would. I don't know. I probably would, unless another Edwards or somebody wanted to join in and help. It would become that. Or Cinemark, but it would probably still be the Del Mar. I just hook it back up because I remember the last movie I saw there. My uncle, I can remember Saturday morning, my uncle ironing his clothes. Cause I had to be like 7 or 8. My uncle had to be like 17 or something. This nigga's riding me on the handlebars up the block because we stayed down the street. We crossed Venice and just rode up. We got off, and I remember it was a double feature. It was Jaws 4 and Summer School with Mark Harmon. You remember Summer School? With the black chick from like all the movies in the 90s, the one from Martin that worked in Shanae's beauty salon and her beauty salon. The one she gave her a perm without neutralizer.
I remember that episode.
It's the black girl. She believes in or something. She always was in. She was in Nightmare on Elm Street, People Under the Stairs. She has a very big resume for from the 90s. She was in everything, big and like shows, but. She was in Summer School, and I remember that was the last movie I saw at that theater. Like
the one that didn't put the neutral. What that was?
The one that told Shanae when Shanae was
Miss Pearly.
No. When Gina
that was Miss Pearly.
No. When the girl, the other beautician, when Shanae came back and was like, "You gave Myra
Miss Pearly.
Miss Pearly, yeah.
She was in the chair,
and she need her flowers. We need to give Miss Pearly her flowers, and she was on Good Times, nigga. She's on Martin, Good Times. She was Miss Pearly. She was, what was her name on Martin? Fuck.
And she worked at the unemployment.
She worked at all the offices.
All the offices.
She had the limo hookup. She was the one that got Stan the limo. She helped him get the limo or something because she had a hookup. That's what he was like. Yeah, she got. I can't remember her name on Martin, but he would always say it when he'd see her. I'm not even gonna try, but yeah, I was just bringing that lady up because she was in all those shows. But that was the last movies I saw there, and the last time I was there, I want to say was like 2003. And it was like the Pan African Film Festival, and I just remember all these I remember smoking next, talking, having a conversation with Isaiah Washington, outside, like right in behind the bus stop. Man, like he's smoking a cigar and I'm smoking a blunt, and he asked me for a lighter, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, I seen you in a gang and shit." And like he's like, "Hey, bro," he was cool as fuck, normal, just chopping it up with me. Fuck, we go inside. The old black dude that was on Martin that played the pastor, the nigga Duke from Rocky 5, touched me in our suit. That nigga, remember? He was the scientist or the doctor from Jason Goes to Hell, and Jason possessed him at the beginning. I know all the fucking movie references. Like, so if you see, he the tall black dude from Rocky 5. He the one that stole Tommy Gunn from Rocky.
He was supposed to play like the Don King.
Yeah,
role.
that nigga. He was there. He was at the Pan African Film Festival there at the Del Mar, and he was like, "How you doing, young man?" And he told us, he's like, "Mine." I was like, "Hey, nice to meet you." He's like, "Oh yeah, I see it's a good night here tonight." Yeah, I was like, "Oh, this the nigga from Touch Me and I Sue." Niggas don't even say, black people never say the name and shit. Yeah. We just say, "Nigga, that's the nigga from Rock and Roll Pants." Like Rock and Roll Pants. The fuck
he has some pretty.
He has a resume.
Yeah.
He was on fucking same thing from TV to big movies. Nigga was on Seinfeld, Martin. I can't, but he's been in a lot of shit. So shout out to them. Yeah, but just that strip of Pico from like La Brea to Redondo is kind of, it cracks with, it's in a bad way and in a good way. Like I said, you had Comedy Union, Mixed Nuts. Before it was Mixed Nuts before it moved on Washington, and then they became the Comedy Union. Then they had, now even Janae does her, or she was, and Janae and Aaron were hosting Legacy Laugh Lounge right there. It's right next to, like on the same strip where the Comedy Union is, all the way at the corner though at the light. So that whole, and then Echoes was across the street. So I'm like, I always think, that's how my brain thinks of like me growing up in that neighborhood, being from that neighborhood, and seeing what's there now and what was there. Like that strip would be like fucking popping if it was still a movie theater, if Echoes was still open. Because Echoes just closed only like a year ago. And everybody that's been on this show, on Innovative Comedy, has done a show, or open mic at Echoes at some point. Oh, yeah. You done went to watch a show, you done been on a show, or you done did a mic at Echoes. Everybody, the Mixed Nuts, Comedy Union. So to have, and then even the Fox Soul studio is right there. And I don't even watch Fox Soul, but it's like, that's like kind of saying, that's weird. That's like
what comes on Fox Soul? Like what types of shows?
They just have like black comedians like interviewing other black comedians, and then they have like.
So they don't play like any black sitcoms.
I have no idea because I don't know if it's an app.
Like I would want to see shit like Rock on there. You know, like things like that. It's like it's Fox Soul. Like when I think of Fox Soul, I think about Rock.
Yeah.
I think about that show. What in Living.
I think Rock was too real for people because I always used to use Rock as an example when people would be like, "So what type of you want the Cosbys or?" And I'll be like, "No, what about like Rock?" And niggas would be like,
Charles
Rock.
S. Dutton.
Oh, this nigga was a regular nigga with a blue collar job that lived in a real hood, that real shit happened around him that he would address or try to avoid.
Remember the episode with Clifton Powell?
And when he wrangled that nigga the fuck up, he was a drug dealer across the street.
Mm-hmm. That told him to get out the neighborhood.
He had been on a few episodes, but as like different characters.
The same way Ray J did on Moesha.
Yeah, he was a triple threat.
That nigga played 3 different characters.
Yeah, Lil J. What was he? Lil J?
Nah, he was himself. He was Ray J.
And then he was Little J at one point. He was like, he had a whole different name. Yeah, he had a whole nother name
and
before
he came in as Dorian.
Yeah.
When the show ended.
Like nobody knew. And then like all of a sudden he Frank's son. Out of nowhere.
You just been like 3 different niggas on the show. They just spread out your appearances.
They won't notice.
They've even talked about that too. The actors, Frank and what's her name? Rachel, the mom. Rachel
Allen Young.
Yeah.
Is the dad. He played
Frank Mitchell. Worked at Brother Saturn. You ever Brother Saturn?
I want to.
He always tried to get you to come by a Saturn.
I want to say Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Cheryl Lee Ralph. That's her name.
Yeah.
And she was always like a hot, like Broadway. She's a real actress type motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
And But they had an interview where they both talked about how they hated when they started writing the last season, what became the last season, and that's kind of why they never came back, because they were like, all of a sudden this nigga cheated on his wife and had another kid when that he didn't tell that he's been lying about for fucking 15 years.
They changed the direction of the show.
And they the guy that the father and the mother on the show was like, they didn't fuck with that. They said they didn't like it because it was this cool black family that were just.
They wanted to talk about real life issues and shit though, which I totally understand.
Make another show with
they kind of fucked up like with how Family Matters.
They fucked up the algorithm.
Like, remember how Family Matters started the first season? It was centered around the family because family matters. Yeah. But then, you know, all of a sudden,
so it's at school.
Once they start seeing Urkel, it was like
it's the Urkel show.
Now it's the Urkel show.
Yeah.
Like most shows from that era were though. Like once this motherfucker, like, we see somebody that's funny, the cute little neighbor that's funny, that's always getting food, or the old mean lady that's funny. Or they become more of the show. You waiting for them to pop up. So they can be an asshole to the main character, and that's what I felt like Urkel just did. It worked too well.
It's always yin and yang.
Yeah, fucking Shanae. You was waiting to see Shanae pop up and talk shit. You see, talk shit to Gina coming in the door or something.
But Martin had a lot of characters that I really liked. I liked Jerome.
Yeah,
I liked
Roscoe. Roscoe, I was about to say Roscoe.
Yeah, because he was always fucking with Gina.
Oh, Dragonfly Jones.
Otis the security guard. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like I knew I was going to get at least one of their characters every episode.
King Beef. Let's go King Beef. Bill from accounting.
He was the one that came in.
Ted from accounting or Bill from accounting?
Yeah, with the wig,
with the white and the powder face, yeah, and the boots and the stone, the acid wash jeans tucked into the boots.
Yeah. That's when Gina and them was stuck in the room or whatever. Yeah,
I've been wanting to be him for Halloween for like a good 15 years. I really been wanting to be him for Halloween for the longest. I felt like I got to do it.
I wanted to do the one where he's in the store and he got like on the gold chain, he got like a red shirt, and it almost it's like a little, it's like a short set.
Yeah,
Jerome.
Yeah,
Jerome. He got like the Gucci,
but Jerome,
the player from the Himalayas.
He got like the Gucci.
He be having different fits that are like
with
like
the very obscure
with the church socks with some straight toe shoes.
Where is the red? Like he just had on red socks on this blue and white
and some black black shoes, black pointy shoes, some hard bottoms.
But it went hard with the Jerry curl. I'm like, I want to be that
gold teeth.
So you the second one that call me yuck mouth today. Hold on, let me look at my. Oh, the dentist didn't mess me up again. And that nigga ran out the barber shop. That shit was funny. That was a classic. That whole show, every episode.
He was always trying to get Pam.
Oh, and he really fucked with her, and he got her though. He actually got her for like a while. She was with Jerome for a minute. And that nigga Cole thought he was hard, tried to roll up on him in the bodega. Hey,
I think that's when he had that outfit on that I
think it was. Because he was like, hey, hold on, did you get your little thick ass tossed up? He was like, nigga, stay away from Pam. Nigga tried to deliver the message like,
that's just
nigga, if you don't get your ass, you ain't ever had a chance with Pam, nigga. That nigga, she was fucking, that is how it be. That nigga Cole had a job at the airport. Nigga, car, all that shit.
Don't forget, Cole had Big Shirley.
Mm-hmm. Even when he didn't know, he was trying to get Pam. Fam wasn't fucking with him. She fucked with the hood street nigga before she fucked with the nigga that had the job at the airport.
She fucked with Tommy.
I'm talking about Jerome. And she fucked with Tommy. And he was in all, who knows? God knows.
Don't nobody know what Tommy did. Where did Tommy work? Did anybody ever figure it out?
I feel like he was like a scammer. He was an early day scammer. He was a finesser. That's why he dressed nice. He was a scammer. I felt he was
maybe
a scammer.
He got all his
from
money.
Detroit.
He could have been a mill jigger.
The nigga was from Detroit. They supposed to be in Detroit. That nigga was a scammer. Yeah. And he was dressed like that, leather coats, jewelry, earrings.
There was a time where he had offered Martin a job, like, oh, you can come work with me. And Martin was like,
he was like, you ain't got no job. And he was like, Cole, tell him I got a job. You picked me up from work before. And he was like, you mean that building with no windows? And he was like, yeah, I work in the building right next to that. He was like, nigga, you talking about the building. What do you do in that building, nigga? Like, what do you do?
What is your occupation?
That shit, I love how they just kept it going. No one ever found out. Mm-hmm. Was it charity events? Because he had the strip thing, the stripper event, or he was doing the stripper event for the kids or something. It was weird. Yeah. The money was going to help like some people. And but he was like stripping. He greased lightning. Or Black Thunder. That's what they was calling it, Black Thunder.
That's funny.
So, shit like that is like, you get those classics. I don't think Tyler Perry coming with no shit like that, though. You see, that's what I'm saying when I talk about the, what do you call it? Just the content. You ain't gonna, I feel like nobody can do that type of content again. You can do good content that gets those reactions, just, you got to do something different, but that's what I feel BET gonna be. Like, people look at the analytics and all this shit of what people like, and a lot of shit, BET is people complain about it, but it's what niggas like. Yeah. Niggas don't want to watch morning news. I do, but niggas don't. Niggas want to watch reruns of Jamie Foxx and the Wayans Brothers at 9 a.m. You niggas want to watch Uncut. Like, if it was to play at 10 a.m., niggas would be watching that shit. Yeah. That would get probably more views.
But even still, like after Bob Johnson, we didn't have none of that no more.
Because it was that lady. What was her name? Something Lee. Deborah Lee. Yeah, Deborah Lee. Because she just got. She just came out with something. She was sleeping with somebody at BET. The tall lady, the tall light-skinned lady with the tight eyes. Her name, like, she older black lady, but Deborah.
So
Lee.
what was wrong with that though?
One, I think she was sleeping with Bob Ross. I think it was not Bob Ross. That's the painter. Bob Johnson. Goddamn, I'm high.
Okay, so
it was like just a little bit of blue in there.
Thanks for correcting that.
Yeah, Bob Ross ain't never did nothing in his life. God damn, I won't sit here and let you besmirch the name of Bob Ross. That afro is golden. Man. But yeah, she was, I guess, fucking with Bob Johnson while he was married. And then on top of they worked together at BET, so it was just inappropriate. So I think she stepped down, or I was like, you just a face. You ain't bringing no, like, niggas is playing Baby Boy and College Hill. Niggas is still, who the fuck is still watching College Hill in 2023? All right,
so look, I haven't seen BET in a long time.
They brought College Hill back.
I don't even know like what comes on the channel. I don't like
Baby Boy.
Watch cable. I live in like the world of streaming services and shit. You know.
That's all that come on. Baby Boy.
With the bad words cut out.
Yep. Unless it's like 11 at night, maybe one like midnight. If it come on late, there's a few more cuss words.
With the voice dub.
Yeah. Maggot Farmer. Like, I ain't worried about no maggot farming. Like, maggot farming. Maggot farmer. Dat gum. Get in the dat gum car. What the fuck is dat gum? I heard that when you was in the Steven Seagal movie too. I was like on Channel 13 before when they used to play movies. Get in the dat gum car. Like, the fuck is dat gum? Like, goddamn.
Dat gum.
Dat gum.
That gum.
I want that gum. I want that piece right there.
Well, thank you, Clarissa, for coming out today. We appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks for
You want
having me.
to tell everybody what you got coming up, or like anything you got going on?
What I got coming up? I have a hotel cafe coming up on the 21st. What else I got? I think there's a show Friday. You guys just follow me on Instagram at Tall Black Girl. This Tall BLK Girl. And I always got links to shows. Sometimes I got links to shows that I'm not even on because I just like to.
You like the new Comedy Bureau? That shit even still cracking.
I'm the comedy plug.
Hey, no shit.
Well,
yeah, just follow me there.
Follow me, like Tupac.
Come with me.
Follow me. Lead my flesh in my flesh. Lead the way.
I'm like, this nigga's demanding.
This nigga just wigged out. No. Yeah, follow me. It's Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. Follow Innovative Comedy, Innovative Culture, and shit. We gonna tap in. See all the updates, all the content, pictures, new shit, stories. Make sure you watching every week, tapping in on the lives, like, comment, subscribe.
All that shit. And y'all can follow me at CoolAssCam, COOLAZZCAM. Tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture. And we out of here.
Yay. Innovative comedy.